So on this warm-up, you're going to want to make a separate triangle for each girl. So you've got the sun, and you can start the triangle at the sun, or you can just start the triangle at her height. It's up to you. So here's Heidi. She's got her own triangle. She's 33. We want to know how long her shadow is. And the sun is at 40-degree angle. And then we've got the mom, Martha. She's 66. And the sun is higher this time. It's at an 80-degree angle. And we're trying to find out their shadow. So what are we going to use both times? Tan. Yep, tan both times. Tan, 40 equals opposite over adjacent. Tan, 80 equals opposite over adjacent. And then not only does it ask who has the longer shadow, but we want to know by how much. So it's going to be a subtraction problem as well. Tahani, tell me what you get for X, and Jenny, tell me what you get for Y. So Tahani got 39.3. And these are inches. And Jenny, $11.64. We'll do 11.6 since we rounded the other one to the nearest tenth. Okay, so even though Heidi is shorter, she casts the longer shadow because as the sun is setting, your shadow is getting longer, 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 longer. Does that make sense? So now we just need to subtract. And what is the difference, Quan? What is the difference in the lengths of their shadows? I'll type it, or I'll write it. So the difference is 27.7 inches, or it's always good to convert back and forth between our different units. So I would put, if my answer was that, I would put it in feet because feet makes more sense. Their shadows are 2.3 feet different. Okay, let's check those homework answers. I only needed you to do page 1 over the weekend. You might have printed out both pages. I'm not sure. Page 1 was for Friday and page 2 is for today, the front and the back. If you did all of them, awesome. If you need to do a lot tonight, that'll work too. But go ahead and check. Okay, number 1 from the Trig apps worksheet. Do that, and let's do that. Okay, number 1, we've got a crane. And some people had trouble with this problem because they couldn't picture like what a crane looks like. But you've got like the base of the crane, and then it tilts over like this, and then it's got a string with like a little hook on it that it picks things up with. So it's a 110-foot crane. So the crane itself, the rod is 110 feet. And it's set at an angle of, let's do this, 46 degrees to the horizontal. It can raise a building material, so it's going to pick up the building material and raise it up to what height? How high can it lift that building material up? So this is a sign problem. So I talked about this on Friday, but y'all know how to do the trig. I know I wrote that wrong. Y'all know how to do the trig. On these problems, it's just drawing the picture mainly. It's setting up the picture. It's knowing what the picture looks like and where to put all the numbers you're given and what you're looking for. Because I know you can do the trig. Oh, your homework says 45 degrees. I'm sorry. So that's the old one. So that's probably why you got it wrong. The thing, we changed it from 45 because we didn't want people using 45, 45, 90. So sorry, our homework that we printed out is 46, just so people couldn't use 45, 45, 90. So sorry about that. So your answer will be 110 divided by root 2, right? But our answer is just slightly different. It's 110 times sine 46. 71.9. That does make a big difference. 1 angle degree makes like 6, how many, is it feet or inches? 6 feet difference. 1 angle degree makes 6 feet of difference. That's crazy. Okay, can I go over any others? Number 10, okay? So everyone look at number 10. I have to put my pen down. An observer at the top of a 50-meter lighthouse sees 2 boats approaching, one behind the other. Okay. I'm just going to draw it right here. So here's my lighthouse, and we've got 2 boats approaching. We'll do that. Okay. The angles to the boats are 39 degrees and 25 degrees. Now the thing about this problem is you need to know where to put the 39 and the 25. They don't tell you where to put them. So I want you to think about, as you're getting farther away from the lighthouse, your angle gets smaller, smaller, smaller when you get farther away. When you get closer to something, your angle gets bigger, 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 bigger as you get closer to something. So that the boat that's farther away, he gets the smaller angle, and the boat that's closer gets the larger angle. And the lighthouse is 50 meters. We want to find the distance between the boats. Okay. On this one, it's actually a 3-step problem. You're going to have to solve for y, then you're going to have to solve for z, and then you're going to need to subtract them to find x. The reason we can't find x right away is because x is not part of a right triangle. It's part of a very obtuse triangle, not a right triangle. So you have to use your right triangles to help you find your wrong triangle. Just kidding. Your other one, your x. Okay? Both times we're going to use tan. It's all about tan. So let's do y. Tan 39 equals opposite over adjacent. And let's do z. Tan 25 equals opposite over adjacent. So we're just going to do tan both times, and then we're going to subtract. Denominator divide. 50 divided by tan 39, and 50 divided by tan 25. I get 61.7 and 107.2. So we subtract them, and we get 45.5. What did it say to round to? I can't remember. At the top of the page. Round to nearest hundredth. So 48.48. Hussein, is that okay on number 10? Okay, anything else from the homework?